When my girl Jessie blocked me on WhatsApp, I knew something bad must have happened. She stopped following me on Instagram and ghosted me. I tried to find out what was going on, calling her and whatnot, but she didn't answer me and wouldn't see me. She wasn't in the usual hangouts, and I couldn't find her nowhere. Some folks were saying she was with this new guy from out of town, which made no sense to me, but whatever. Only they were right. She was seeing someone else. Josh, man, that was like an ice pick through the heart. I knew I liked her and stuff, but when she was gone, made me see I didn't just like her, I loved her. My crew were all like, "Mo, man, just get with another girl." But I didn't want no other girl. I wanted Jessie. With her ghosting me and whatnot, there wasn't so much I could do except stalk her. I hung around her place day after day, but she didn't come back there. I heard on the grapevine she was living in the same place as her new man. Someone told me where to look, and I went there, and it was basically a squat and disgusting, and I didn't understand why she was there. She wouldn't see me, told me to F off. The new guy, like some kind of tramp, started pushing and shoving me and made me leave. Man, if I'd had my crew with me, we would have shown him what's what. But I was alone and feeling like my heart was being ripped out, and that made me weak. I prayed to God that he bring my Jessie back to me, that he save her from the squat. My faith was shaken. How could he let her be taken in by this stranger? Was it drugs? Jessie's always been clean, but something must have happened to make her do that. My prayer was answered when I found you, Joshua. When I saw how you helped all those people, it was a sign. While I waited for you to do your thing, I kept on trying to see Jessie, but she and the guy had moved on. She was still blocking me and whatnot, so I had no idea where she was. But I kept on looking. It wasn't like I had a choice. When you cast your spell, two things happened. One, I felt something change inside me, something I don't have the words to describe. The other thing was Jessie unblocked me on WhatsApp. It happened within 2 days of the spell. It was a sign, right? You said it was a sign. I hit her up with message after message, begging her to come back to me. Except I must have come on too strong, because then she blocked me again. It was like that ice pick through the heart again. I was scared. Did I ruin the spell by pushing her? You told me not to push her, and now I'd messed up everything. You said it would be okay. The spell was still young and powerful, and I had to leave things be for a while. While I waited for Jessie, I read the stories of all those folks you did spells for, and that made me believe again I was on the right path, the path God had chosen for me. The waiting was the hardest part, but knowing you helped all those people helped me, and I swore right then I would add my story when the time came. When Jessie followed me on Instagram again, it was a new sign. I thanked God that he had brought me your help, and I laid low for a while. I took care to post things that didn't make it look like I was having a wonderful life without Jessie, and I didn't beg or even say her name or nothing. You told me it had to come from her, and that was what I was going to do. About a week later, she unblocked me on WhatsApp and sent me a message saying she wanted to see me. I said, "Tell me where and when, and I'll be there." We met 5 miles away from home in a park. The other guy wasn't there. Jessie looked bad. She was dirty and skinny, like she hadn't eaten properly in weeks. There were holes in her arms. Drugs. When she saw me, she hugged me tight, and she cried, and I cried, and we held each other for a long, long time. I took her home and helped her get cleaned up, and then I took her somewhere to eat, and she told me she'd made a big mistake, and it was only since the spell that she'd seen her mistake. She didn't say about your spell, Josh, but the timing and everything worked out that it was the spell. She told me she thought she had been under a spell, like a bad spell. She said this guy had come into her life and seduced her, not in a sexual way, that came later. She told me she didn't know why she felt so much that she needed to be with him, and it was like she was under his spell. Then he got her into drugs, and she couldn't leave him. Only then something happened inside of her that gave her strength, and she thought of me, and she got herself clean again, and she snuck out when he was sleeping. I listened and let her talk and get it all out of her system. I didn't understand why she had gone away either, but I didn't say that. I supported her and told her I loved her and I'd always be there for her. I'm keeping the promise I made to myself and giving you my story, Josh, so anyone else who is waiting like I was waiting can read it and get strength from it. Today, me and Jessie are living together. She's back to her old self and clean, and the other guy is out of the picture. I thank you for all you did for us, and I thank God for answering my prayer and bringing you to me.